TheoJT friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today is another sketchbook session. I'm designing my fourth and final type of spirit that lives in the world that I'm working on, which is called Ireus, by the way. I forgot to mention that in the last video. In case you're new or just don't remember, I'm working on a story called The Adventures of Moss Boy. I'll be starting a webcomic soon, and I hope to eventually publish a graphic novel. The Adventures of Moss Boy is about a 6-year-old human called Moss, who was raised in the forest by the hare folk. I talk all about him and his best friend Daisy in my previous video, so go check that out. After you finish this video, of course. So yeah, I'm designing the death spirits today. There are 4 types of spirits in total. I'll throw some pictures on the screen for you. There are earth spirits, sea spirits, life spirits, and death spirits. I'm not 100% on the life spirit design. I might change that. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should I try a different design or should I just leave them? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So going into this, I had a couple of ideas in mind. The first idea was a mix between a skeleton and a ghost, which you'll see I end up going with. But I still tried sketching out a couple of other ideas. There was just like a plain ghost, and there was this sort of jagged, sparky ghost thing that I could see in my head, but couldn't get down to paper very well. There were a couple of others too, but I went with the gooey skeleton idea. When I drew this design for the first time, I already knew exactly what the colors I would make it, so that area of design didn't really need any brainstorming. Oh my god, I just remember what these guys remind me of. They're that one kind of Pokemon. What's it called again? Runiclus. That's the one. Anyway, since I'm designing one of the spirits in Ireus today, I thought I'd talk about the magic system in my world. It's a bit complicated, but don't worry, I brought visual aids. I've got a whole damn presentation planned. So sit back, relax, and get yourself a cup of your favorite drink and some snacks, and listen as I go off about the magic system of Ireus. The magic system in Ireus is based on a thing called mystic energy. It's like a natural energy that is produced by the spirits, and it can be used to cast spells. But the way it works is you need what's called mystic material. These can be either potions, salves, or powders. And there are different types of each. A love potion, for example. And what you do is you cast the spell to sort of activate the mystic energy that's inside the material, and only then will it create the desired effect. I hope I'm explaining this okay, it's a little complicated. There are 4 spells that can be cast on material. The spell of earth, the spell of the sea, the spell of life, and the spell of death, representing each of the spirit types. Each spell will make the material perform a different way. I made a table that I'll throw up on the screen for you. Let's use the love potion example again. So you have the love potion. If you cast the spell of earth on the love potion, the mystic energy in the potion will activate, and whoever drinks the potion will have a healthy love and desire for the caster. But if you cast the spell of the sea on the potion, it will cause the drinker to have an aggressive lust and desire for the caster. And then if you cast the spell of life, the potion will make the drinker want children and also be more fertile. So for every potion, salve, and powder, there are 4 options of effects that are related to the kind of potion, salve, etc. I hope that makes sense. Another thing is, not everyone in the world can use mystic energy. Only a percentage of the population can, and these people who can use magic are called mystics. And now I hear you typing in the comments, but Artie, surely mystics can't just make infinite materials for infinite power. And to that I say yes, you are correct, dear viewer. Mystic energy is finite. Every mystic has a sort of battery, or like an energy bar, like in a video game, that is filled with mystic energy. To cast a spell, it costs you some of your mystic energy. So if you keep casting spells all day long, your energy bar is gonna run out. And there's side effects to this happening. Common symptoms of low mystic energy are drowsiness, grogginess, clumsiness, slurring of words. and these symptoms get more severe as the stock of energy gets lower. If you run out completely of mystic energy, you're gonna pass out. But you can recharge. Things like meditating and sleeping gradually refill the energy bar, and eating specific foods like fruits, vegetables, and fish can give you a boost of energy. I am currently working on an expansive list of all the potions, salves, and powders that can be made along with what all of them do. I don't have a crazy amount, but it's a start at least. Next, I will talk about how mystic energy fits into human society. Actually, that reminds me, only humans know how to use mystic energy. None of the other civilizations, like the Hair Folk, are born as mystics. Anyway, moving on. There are a couple things that I wanted to talk about. What the laws are surrounding mystic energy use, mystic education, and also mystic occupations. We'll start off with the occupations. There are 3 kinds of mystic-related jobs. First is an alchemist. This is an occupation that focuses on the science surrounding mystic energy. This involves the use of spells and mystic material for research purposes. There aren't actually many alchemists in Ireus, since the only way alchemists can really make money from their work is to sell their knowledge. And you can't really have 2 alchemists in one village selling the same knowledge. Unless they're really determined to drive the competition out, I suppose. But there is a royal alchemist who researches mystic energy for the queen. Anyway, next job is probably the most significant one. It is the material master, who, if they so desire, can take on a material apprentice. Material masters and apprentices are the ones who make mystic materials and sell them. Every material creator starts as a student in a mystic school, which we'll get to in a bit, who then graduates and finds a material master to work under as a material apprentice. The material apprentice graduates when they have completed a specific task or made a specific material set by their master. I'm also going to just take this opportunity before I move on to say I haven't made any characters who are mystics just yet, but I am so excited to make some. Okay, moving on. The last mystic occupation is a mystic medic, which is basically a magical doctor who uses spells and certain mystic materials to treat patients who are sick or injured. There's a wide variety of mystic materials that are specifically for medical and medicinal purposes. Sometimes mystic medics make their own materials, but sometimes they have a business deal with material masters and get their stock from them instead. Either way, mystic medics still use their mystic energy to treat people. And that's all of the occupations. I may add some in the future, but that's a big maybe because I'm quite happy with this selection. Next are the laws. I'm still working on what all of the laws are, but I have a few so far. First thing, some mystic materials are restricted, meaning only certain mystics are allowed to make, buy, or use them. And then others are just straight up illegal. This leads to licenses. There are several kinds of licenses that one needs to be able to use mystic energy. First, there is the mystic license. This is the lowest form of license. It simply allows mystics to use mystic energy in everyday life, excluding restricted mystic materials. This license is free when you first get it, which is usually in childhood when someone's parents realize that their child is a mystic, and you have to renew it every 3 years. Next is the advanced mystic license. This is basically the same as the regular mystic license, but this one allows the use of restricted mystic materials. To get it, you need to be at least 18 years old, complete and pass a sheriff check to make sure you ain't gonna do something less than legal, and then pay 2 gold chenkels, which is the name of the currency the humans use. Isn't it a funny name? I love it personally. Anyway, next license is the alchemist license. This is a license that allows a mystic to research mystic energy and cast spells for their research. It costs 5 gold chenkels, and you need to renew it every 5 years. The material master license. A license that allows a graduated material master to create potions, salves, and powders. This license also allows them to take on a material apprentice. This apprenticeship, however, can only go forward after the chosen person completes the required exam and interview orchestrated by the Royal Material Committee and receives a score higher than 75 out of 135. It costs 5 gold shekels, you need to renew it every 5 years, and again when you take on an apprentice. Next is the Mystic Medic license, a license that allows a Mystic Energy user who has graduated from a Mystic Academy with a degree in Mystic Medicine to perform medicinal and mystical medical care to patients. It costs 4 gold shekels, and you need to renew it every 3 years. I am saying the word mystic so much. And finally, the Mystic Merchant license. This is a license that must be owned to sell, charge, or commission any type of product or service that involves mystic energy. It costs 6 gold shekels, and you need to renew it every 3 years. So, if you are a material master, for example, you are not legally allowed to sell your wares unless you have both a material master license and a mystic merchant license. Make sense? Good. Moving on! And we are at the final section of my rambling, which is the Mystic Education System, which is always fun. Who doesn't love a magic school? It is a classic. Anyway, all Mystic children are required to go to a Mystic school from the ages 10 to 15. There are 2 Mystic schools in Ireus, the Belmire Institute of Mystics in Belmire, and the Royal Academy of Mystic Arts in DeusLower, which is the royal city. I will talk about the world map and what and where all the towns are in a future video, I promise. At these schools, children learn how mystic energy works and how to use it. They have classes in alchemy, material making, spell casting, and of course a mystic history class because school is stupid like that. I'm just kidding. School is very important. Stay in school, kids. When the children graduate at 16 years old, they have 4 options. 1. They can choose to go apprentice under an alchemist. 2. Go apprentice under a material master. 3. Continue their mystic studies for a further 5 years to complete a degree in mystic medicine and eventually graduate to become a mystic medic. Or number 4, go off and do something not related to mystic energy at all, like become a farmer or a carpenter or whatever. Which some people would do. There are just mystics who go about their regular normie lives. And that is everything. My voice is tired now. been rambling for quite a while now. I hope you guys find this stuff interesting. Based on the comments from my last video, you guys wanted to hear some of the world building stuff I've been working on, so here you go. I love talking about Ireus and everything in it. If this video does well, I'll definitely make more in the future. Hit that like button to let me know whether to do that or not, and leave a comment. Ask any questions you might have about Ireus. I will gladly answer them. Or maybe just tell me what you did today. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Let me know. Now, I'll be trying my very best to post a video once a week, at least for a little while. I am a university student, so when that starts up again, I might have to slow down the post schedule to once a fortnight, but we'll see how we go. Okay, that is all from me for now. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!